right, we got day 2 warm-up coming at you here. First, we're going to start with a little foam rolling of the quads. Now, I'm not going to bring you through all of this, so if I said foam rolling of the quads and you're like, I want to do more of that, pause the video and do an extensive quad roll on your own. My goal right now is to walk you through what works well for a quad roll. So my knee is out. I'm focusing just on one quad. I'm doing general rolls to begin with, from the top of the hip to the very top of the kneecap. Then I find a couple of points, and then I might do some knee bends here. I keep my core tight, and I just bend and bring the heel towards my buttocks. I recommend around 2 to 3 areas where you find a zone that feels quite sensationful, and then finish with general quad rolling. So you start with the general, you do the specific kind of areas where you're knee bending, and then you finish with a general quad roll. That is just a quick tutorial of what I'd like you to do. Pause the video, do at least 2 to 4 minutes of that before starting today's workout and warm up. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do a quad stretch against the wall. I can't quite reach the wall, but I'll do my best. So if you don't have a wall that you can do this with, you could do this on a chair or on the edge of a couch. So my knee would be on the couch part where I sit on, my foot would be on the part where my back rests. So from here, as we know, the way to get a stronger stretch here is to squeeze the glute of the down knee and maybe even raise the arm of the down knee. And then I'm going to relax. I'm going to come out of that through a hip hinge. I'm going to sequence my way back in through a glute squeeze and a reach up. All right. The tighter the angle is, so heel to bum, the stronger this stretch will feel. So if I turn to the side, the closer your heel is to your bum, the stronger this stretch will be. So let's do one more moment here, squeezing the glute. You can either hold that or come into a little bit of a side stretch. Good. And then final one, glute squeeze, reach. And then if you haven't yet, do a little side reach, lifting versus collapsing. Oh, and then come out of that and switch to side number 2. All right. So settle in. I like to make sure that I can really squeeze my glute. If I cannot, it's probably because I've gotten into too sharp of an angle, and my pelvis will be kind of stuck in this hips collapsing forward kind of position. So relax that quad angle, quad to shin angle if you need to, if you can't get a good strong solid squeeze in here. So squeeze and reach, breathe into the canister, try and maintain the front being tight. Now I come out through a hip hinge and I stack and sequence back in through a hip extension and a good glute squeeze. Reach to the top, relax, hip hinge. This time we'll reach and we'll add that little side bend if you wish. Relax, we'll do one more like this. Squeeze, sequence in, reach, lift, side. Good. Okay. Come on out of that, shake it off. What we're going to do next is utilize the wall once again. So again, I'm a little bit far away from the wall, so hopefully I can reach here. I'm going to come into a wall press motion. I'm going to walk away from the wall enough that I'm kind of in almost like a push-up angle. From here, I'm going to cat-cow. So I'm arching and rounding my spine. Okay? Now that I've done a few on the wall away from the camera, I'm going to pretend I'm at a wall, and I'm just going to show you the range of motion. So as I round, I'm pushing my wrists down, and as I arch, I'm pushing up. So there's a little bit of an action happening here, which you can see when my hands aren't on the wall, that my hands actually kind of energetically move up and down. Let's do one more. Round and arch. Shake it off. Okay, so we're going to go back into a little bit of quad and hip flexor activation here. We're going to go to a single leg. I'm going to really pour my weight into my left foot. I'm going to take my right foot off the ground. I'm going to take my right knee across my left knee, up, around as high as my navel height or higher, and then down. Okay? So up, around, down. Up, around, down. I'm always crossing my down knee to get sort of that full range of motion. Let's do 2 more like this. Okay. Shake it off, other side, across, up, and down. Good. If balance is an issue, move a little faster or grab onto that wall again. Don't forget that everything can be done on the edge of your couch. So if you don't have a wall, all of that edge of the couch. Okay. So a couple of hip circles, literally 2 in each direction. And then we're going to come to the ground for what is called a Cook hip lift. So Cook hip lift, basically we're getting into a glute bridge with a strong hip flexion on one side. So first I set up my glute bridge. Get my shoulders underneath me. I set up a good strong glute bridge position with my feet together because we're going to go single-sided. And then I drop back down and I don't move a thing. From here, I grab my knee, I pull it into my chest. I imagine I'm holding a pretend ball between my thigh and my rib cage, and then I drive up, hold, and back down. So we're only going to do 4 of these, but we're going to move very slowly. So that's 2 only. If you've rushed through this, slow down, hold the top position, check in with your knee position, back down, number 4 coming up here, strong lockout, feel the glute squeeze, we should be familiar with it. We stretched out the front of the hip to get here, and relax. Okay, return, double bridge, feet together, establish your good bridge position, and now take side number 2 into hip flexion. So keeping that thigh in contact with the rib cage is your goal here. All of that work that we did to the front of the quad will help get this extension. So drive and then pause here and make sure the 2 thighs are moving in opposition. Good, release, lower. Again, drive, press, pull the knee. I'm assisting with my hands. You can see I can take one away. I'm using it so little. That's 2. 2 more. Drive. This side is a little more challenging for me than side number 1. Return to the floor. Final one. Press. Hold the knee. Breathe. Hold. Press big toe into the floor and relax. Oh, that should feel like so much harder work than your regular glute bridge. Okay, flip onto all 4s, please. We are coming into a kneeling plank. We're all very familiar with a regular plank. We're going to widen our feet a little bit and keep our toes to touch. Pardon me, widen our knees. I think I might have said feet, and then we're going to drop into the hips and find a plank here. From here, this isn't terribly hard of a plank for most of you who are used to doing planks from the toes. What we're going to do to intensify it is a strong exhale, hiss breath, and a driving of the wrists towards my knees. This is what I was talking about on the wall earlier. So we're going to go inhale, exhale. Tss. We're only going to do 5 like this. Inhale. Tss. Relax in between. Inhale. Tss. Good. Strong glute squeeze to maintain good position. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Tss. 1 more. Tss. Good. And just shake that out. That's a lot of tension when we do tension breath. From here, we're going to stay in our kneeling position. I'm just going to turn to the side to give you a better angle. And we're going to come into our abducted rock back. So again, this was in our warm-ups last month. It should be familiar. We're going to add some difficulty here for those of you who want to add it, not necessary. However, if you do add it, this is where understanding where the foot should go for abducted rock back is really important. So if my foot is as high as my hip, what I'm about to do next is going to be near impossible. My foot should be in line with roughly my ankle on the downside. My toes are going to be tucked under, and I'm just driving my hips back. So from here, if you want to add a little bit of difficulty, this is really for the 3s and 4s who are interested. You're going to walk yourself into your lateral squat, stand up, come down, place the hands, come back into your abducted rock back. You can even throw an abducted rock back in there. I'm just going to do 3. If you're not doing the lateral squat variation, please just maintain doing the abducted rock back. Okay, a couple abducted rock backs here, checking in with the position of the feet. Next one, I'm going to push, walk back into my lateral squat, return, walk forward, return, walk back. I'm just going to do 3 of these. You can add more later on if you wish. Good. Whew. Okay, so for those of you who are using a foam roller, grab it now again. If you don't have a foam roller, some books stacked up would work really well. Probably 3, and the books would be underneath your heel. From here, I'm going to do another variation of our Cook hip lift, but this time my down bridging leg is straight. I'm holding my knee. I'm pressing, hold, hold, release. We're only doing 3 of these because they're uber duper hard. Press, hold, release. If you feel it in your low back, double down on this knee, staying up high. Drive, hold, hold, and release. Okay, hopefully you realize now why I'm only doing 3 of these with you. Second side, all set up, ready to go. Ready, drive down. Hold, breathe, release. Reset, drive, hold. Again, if you feel this at any point in your low back, you can either double down on the knee or, as I'm demonstrating here, you can lift the foam roller a little higher above the knee. Okay, we're going to call that a wrap for our Cook hip lift work. Really nice work here. And then next up, we're coming back into our kneeling side plank. So a little bit wider than the hips with the knees. Drop into your kneeling plank. From here, we're going to take small steps. I know you could take one big step, but we're going to take small steps into our walkout position. Hold hollow body, walk back to neutral. 4 like this. Walk forward, hold, walk back. Again, take as many steps as you can. We're not looking to rush here. We're looking to take many steps, hold, relax, walk back. Don't relax in that position. That would be catastrophic. Final one here. Strong glute squeeze, strong rib down position, walk back. Whew. Okay, I'm sweating in here in the gym. Air conditioning is not on. All right. Final thing is for those of you who did not incorporate the lateral squat or who felt that 3 squats wasn't that many in your abducted rock back, we're going to add some lateral squat movement here to our plank walkout. So untraditional plank, walkout position. So we're going to be wide with the legs, walk out. As you walk back, come down more onto one side, stand up. Wide, walk out, back it up, onto the other side. Walk out. We're going to do 6 like this so that we get 3 per leg. Walk out. Lateral squat other side. We got 2 more, 1 on each side. Walk out. Lateral or Cossack squat. All right. That's the end of your day 2 warm-up. Enjoy the rest of the workout.